A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
Butterball knows Thanksgiving can bring so much joy, but also so many cooking questions. What size turkey? What's the best way to roast? How do I carve it? Don't panic. Butterball is here to help. Just give us a ring at the Butterball Turkey Talk line. We'll help with what's on the table so you can focus on those around it. Call 1-800-BUTTERBALL or text 844-877-3456 to reach our turkey experts. Butterball. Today, we turkey.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, you ask me. I'll tell you anything. Jingle Jangle. It's the holiday season, and you're listening to Ask Iliza Anything, the podcast where we help you sort it out. And right now, it's just before the holidays, and you're heading into work. You're like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to blow it up. I was thinking of the bathroom, and I meant like kill it, and then I was like, that's with today's societal issues, modern implications, female comics suggest gun violence is the way. You're like, whatever, I only got a couple days left. So I'm just going to sink a giant turd at work and no one will remember when we come back in January. Honestly, in Los Angeles, like, I don't know how anything gets made because you try to do anything past October. It's like, well, people are leaving for the holidays. No one's ever had a computer or a phone. Luckily, I never stop working. The hustle never stops. I literally wrote that to my real estate agent. He was like, do you want to get updates on your property over the weekend? I was like, hustle never stops. Can't believe I wrote that. So you guys, we're here to answer your holiday questions. The holidays are a stressful time. The holidays induce anxiety. But the key thing to remember is one day the family you complain about will be dead and you won't have to think about it. So enjoy them while you have them because some people have no families. Merry Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and Emily's here.
Maybe we start out with a warning that, very sorry, Hot Scotty is not here.
Hot Scotty.
People have been asking for him. You've been away.
Women have been asking for him.
And men. You've been away You've been away.
Let me just fill you guys in. I spent 8 weeks on the East Coast shooting the Iliza Schlesinger sketch show. Then I landed and immediately started production on my movie. When I say my movie, that sounds like we're shooting it on an iPhone. It's a real movie with a real budget and a real distribution deal. And that's been the last month of my life. And so I've been having to do podcasts on the road, and I'm finally in the same place as my baby arm. We wrap, and by the time you hear this, I will be in Montreal shooting another movie. Yep.
Well, but we're taping this not with Scott just because we are literally cramming it in right before the holidays.
We're cramming
in your office.
Remember how much Blanche used to cram on her due? In Japan,
it was a problem.
It was a problem, but in Japan, there's a thing called the cramming school, which we thought was really cute until we realized like the dog was dead. The cramming school, it's like a school they go to like cram in extra information. Because the Japanese are always one step ahead. Let's get it popping.
All right, we'll start with, I think, the most common question. Ariel.joe.ben. How do you enjoy the holidays when it's so stressful?
I'm Jewish, so it's not the same for me.
I mean, but you have even, this is going to come out post-Thanksgiving, but like people come over, they expect certain things of you.
You know, I got to be honest.
You're not stressed out?
I have a really stress-filled, but I really love my job. Mm-hmm. So like getting to chill at home and just worry about like portion control is so much easier than like, oh my God, I've got jet lag and a midnight flight and a script to learn and an audition. Yeah. And do I even matter? So you're with your family. Like at the end of the day, like we were doing a seating arrangement last night and it's like if anybody complains, like fuck off. Just sit down, eat some food someone else paid for. And if you're the kind of family, get drunk. Yeah. People get anxiety, I think, because they don't want to deal with like questions about their lives. just realize your family's never going to change and just go with the flow.
I mean, my grandma constantly asks me, like, have you gotten that job at CNN yet? And I'm like, I don't.
What?
I haven't applied there.
Yeah, right.
I haven't.
Your pie-eyed face looking at me, lying right to me on the holidays. I don't feel that same. I mean,
I guess you're pretty established. You don't have a lot of questions that can come at you. Like, you're married.
Yeah, I mean,
You have a job.
I don't
cool
know.
Job.
People, it's like the holidays come and they turn on their families and like we forget like it's not about the presents. I don't want a present from anyone.
Yeah.
Anything I want, I buy myself. You probably can't afford what I want. So, not you. I'm just saying like I don't.
I mean, I probably can't.
I meant you as like the collective you. You got me a great gift. You got me that Queen shirt.
Oh, yeah, like 3 years ago, and I'm still riding that high.
Ride that Queen shirt.
The one time you mentioned something you liked, and never again have you ever like mentioned anything.
No. It sucks that Blanche isn't here, but I don't know. I'm just like, this was my first weekend off in a long, and I'm just gonna
be
sit,
relaxing.
No makeup, no product in my hair, fucking eating appetizers,
Well, and then I guess because
listening to my brother talk about weed.
Hanukkah is like spread out. It's not like one night of like, oh, we got to get it all in tonight.
I don't have kids, so I'm
Right,
not.
you're not setting up gifts.
It's more of a kid holiday.
All right. Fair enough. Don't be stressed, guys. Your
Don't be
family's
stressed.
like you.
And they'll be dead one day, and then you'll be like, oh, I wish I could stress about my Uncle Murray. I just wish. Think about that. Remember your own mortality.
CV Lock. Do you prefer physical gifts or a gift of an experience like Cirque du Soleil or cooking class? Now, I ask this because you just said you don't like gifts, but if you're forced to receive a gift.
No, it's not that I don't. Are you CV Lock? It's not that I don't like
I'm
gifts.
going to get you tickets to Cirque du Soleil.
No, you know what it is? It's not that I don't like gifts. I love gifts. I love when my fans give me gifts. I love presents. I love gift baskets. I expect them, like from my agent when I get something. Give me cupcakes. I don't want people to think that I expect it. That's all.
Right.
I don't ever want anybody.
You don't want that obligation back and forth, like we have to get each other something.
I love giving gifts. I just truly don't expect it back. That's not the fun of it for me. So
Where do
that's
you fall on physical versus experience?
I don't know. I never thought about that because to me, it's all just a gift. The tough thing about experiences, it's like a gift card, and you're like, "Am I ever gonna?" Then I've gotta.
I think it's got to be a thing where like the person getting it organizes, and they're like, "Hey, I already know you're free this day. We're all gonna go together." Where
I'll be
it's
like, "Don't assume I'm
going to
free."
escape room, whatever. Rather than here's some, Groupon, do with it what you will.
But that's the other thing. Like when there's a set date, like Cirque du Soleil, it's May 5th. Like then there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like we've got tickets for an event versus like here's you can have a chef come over whenever.
Yeah, that's a little tougher.
That being said, I am bogged down with material things.
Yeah.
If I get one more candle, I'm gonna blow my brains out. That being said,
I have 3 candles in my home, all of which are yours.
are those the Voluspa ones? Those giant white ones?
One is a big white one with 3 wicks.
Okay. Anyways, we're moving on. This
We
is
don't want
podcast.
candle
One
chat.
is purple, but it doesn't smell purple.
Okay. Related.
So that's it. It's case by case. Like maybe it depends on the person.
Well, so
is it dope? Is
very
it a dope
related to
experience?
that. Sarah Hersey. Hi, Iliza. What do you tend to get for people that are hard to buy for? My friends and I do a gift exchange every year. We used to do funny joke gifts, like paintings done by dudes dipping their balls in paint.
Nobody wants
But now
that.
that
That's
most
so
of the group
gross.
is in their 30s and this tradition is about 10 years strong, we can get each other's nice gifts. The problem with serious gifts is it's hard to buy for some people. What's a good go-to gift even the pickiest person will like?
You know what? I'm not even saying this because they are our sponsor, but in terms of variety, Fit Fab Fun box
Yeah.
has
Fab
a
Fit
lot.
Fun.
Oops. Fab
It's
Fit
fine.
Fun.
It's not an ad. We're just talking about it.
It should be the other way. It should. A Fab Fit Fun box because it's a subscription if you want, or you can just get them the one, and it's got all different stuff. So you're like, if you don't like 5 of the things, you're probably like the 6th.
Well, and there was a real trend of those gift boxes for a while that were very specific. Loot box, which was like nerdy stuff. I think something like FabFitFun, it's like a little more classy. Like you can do something with a
It's
a
like
candle.
full size stuff.
Right. Whereas,
You can re-gift a bunch of that stuff. So you
Yeah.
give her a gift of like a box of 6 things. Now she has 5 gifts to give.
Right. It's a little more evergreen than like a box of Funko Pops.
Also, like, don't give people garbage. Like, at my birthday last year, Jody went to like CVS and got a bunch of like funny stuff. And I was like, this is just a bunch of plastic. It was like an egg timer that was shaped like a turkey or whatever. And I just don't give people gag gifts because A, it's ruining the planet. Like it's just more garbage. And B, then the person has to be like, cool, hilarious. We're too old for that. Bottle of wine is always good. Or really think on like what gives great gifts are my manager. Like an embroidered bag or like a cool Nike product. It depends on the person, but also like this shouldn't be scary and people need to practice the art of eating shit and grinning. Be like, thank you so much for this gold peace sign crown.
How do you feel about, because I've reached a point where I'm just like, please just give me like a little bit of money. Like my parents, I'm like, I don't need things.
I've reached a point where I'm like, please just give me a little bit of money.
Or like, so now I love getting PJs, socks. My mom will get me like a nice lip balm because it's stuff that you need, but you don't buy for yourself. Right. But I like those things. But I also previously have like made an Amazon list of various things at various price points. Like if you want to give me a physical thing, here's like a $5 DVD.
Who are you giving this to? I don't have anyone to give a gift list to.
But my parents are like, what do you want? And they also ask me like, what food do you want when you come home? And I'm like, I don't know. This is too much pressure.
That's awesome. I'm like baby carrots and tuna. I'm trying to lose weight. A nice pair of slippers will never be anything to sneeze at. And I got one year, Smokey and I got like a lot of robes. A cozy robe. Yeah, it's great. So go, ask yourself, what would I give my grandma? And then give that to your friend.
Yeah.
Catheter.
It's useful. I just heard about cashmere socks that are apparently really nice.
You can't have those. They'll be filthy.
I'm just saying like
you can't sweat in them.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Consider their lifestyle. Are they a slob? Do they travel? Get them something.
Are they a slob?
Is it a slob? You don't want to get a slob something nice.
All right.
Fall has fallen. Winter is on its way. The days are shorter. But just because, they feel shorter. And just because the days feel shorter doesn't mean your to-do list gets any shorter. You still have to power through your busy days. And a great way to do that is with nutritious food from Factor's no prep, no mess meals. At the end of a short day in the fall or the winter, the last thing you want to do is have to cook. Factor has got you covered from breakfast, snacks, dinner, anything in between. Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled, like their chicken Florentine with spinach and garlic chili cauliflower. You bet. That's what I want to make myself at the end of a day where I am exhausted and my husband isn't home. Whether you like routine or you enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add on, like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. And because Factor meals are chef prepared and dietitian approved, you're going to love not only Factor's meals taste, but also how they support your goals, even if your goal was just making yourself dinner. Head to factormeals.com/Iliza50 and use code Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code Iliza50 at factormeals.com/Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
The holidays are here. And for a lot of us, the holidays mean decorating, hosting, celebrating. For me, it means a lot of traveling. And nothing feels better year-round, but especially during the cozy holidays, than a restful night's sleep in soft, luxurious sheets. Boll & Branch's signature sheets are made with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they get softer with every single wash. You already know that I got Boll & Branch this summer when I needed breathable sheets to sleep in, but this holiday season, I'm actually gifting some of my friends and family Boll & Branch's Ultimate Softness Bundle. I get to choose a signature hem sheet set in any color, a signature hem pillow set, and a waffle bed blanket. And they're all getting juniper because I think it's a classy color. This way you know you have something nice to sleep on when you visit. It's the perfect gift for you and them. Gift you and your loved ones a better night's sleep with Boll & Branch. And right now is their best offer of the entire year. For 25% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets, head to bollandbranch.com/Iliza. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Iliza for 25% off. Limited time only, exclusions apply. See site for details. So finally, fall is here. I have been looking forward to it. I have had a hard year in a good way. I had a baby. I have been on a nonstop tour, nonstop traveling, and it's been hot. So I'm looking forward to, of course, pumpkin spice, everything, cooler weather, and slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. I've talked about Quince before. Quince has beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Dressing expensive doesn't have to be expensive. Their clothing is beautiful, it's durable, it stands the test of time, and it's what I like to call a capsule wardrobe. I got an Italian wool cocoon coat. That's one of those, it's got like a European
cardigan collar, and it covers my butt so I can walk around New York City and not be chilly. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/Iliza for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Iliza to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Iliza.
CX Ruthers. Hey, Liza. I'm a nurse and have been put down to work over Christmas. I wouldn't really mind, but none of my family live in the same city as me, meaning that between shifts, I still won't get to see anyone. Do you have any tips on what to do between shifts to still feel festive, as I want to still enjoy the time, but I'm very aware that I'll be by myself? Thanks.
What is a between shift thing?
Thanks.
Is it like an hour?
I'm going to assume both between, let's say like for an hour and also like maybe 8 hours, like she's off and then goes right back on.
Okay.
I'm probably asleep.
I have the best idea.
Okay.
Pack yourself a little Christmas kit. Load up. What's the Christmas movie everybody loves with Keira Knightley? She's really thin.
Love Actually.
Yeah. Load up Love Actually, which I watched again last year. I don't know if it holds up, but whatever. I think I got that from you. Okay, wait. Load up Love Actually. Get a little thermos. Pack yourself. You can't drink because you're shifting. Like some mulled cider or cocoa. Don't make a face at a mulled cider. It's tasty.
A hot apple juice is not something I'm looking for.
It's so good. It's cider. It's different. If you have 8 hours off, you could still have a drink. Your body will metabolize it. You're a nurse. You know that. Pack yourself like a little turkey sandwich, some Christmas cake, and then FaceTime your relatives.
What's a Christmas cake?
I don't know. I think it's like a Japanese thing.
I'm sorry.
Christmasu keiki. That's how you say it. Okay. And then make a list of all the people this year that you want to say I love you to, make amends with, just say hi, and FaceTime them. And just let them know I'm going to be FaceTiming you, or just send out some emails or texts. Be like, look, I've got this time off. I just want to send you an email to say that trip we took where you lost an arm, we really bonded. Like, use it as a chance to wrap yourself, like to gift the gift of saying that you care about someone. That's what I would do.
Yeah, you can also, I feel like I learned about this from Kristen Bell.
Pack that Christmas snack.
Doing like a Marco Polo, which I think there's an app for now, but you can do it old school. Even if nobody's answering the FaceTime, you can take a video of yourself. Like, hey, guy, hey, Bill, I'm so excited. Like, send it. You know, they'll send a video back. You can look at it at your convenience.
You can give your gift a little late, and you can spend those hours like handwriting notes.
Yeah.
Like, I like to give like homemade gifts. Like, maybe you do a jar of something and you make cute little labels. Use it for like Christmas craft time and put on some Christmas movies and have yourself a merry little Christmas, knowing that you're making triple overtime, or spend it with your patients. Like, I don't know if they're all in comas or if they're all like infants, but like maybe make cookies and bring them to the Christmas ward and you be like a Christmas elf.
Yeah.
And like spend it with them. That'll be your family. Oh my God, I almost wish I could do what you're doing.
Yeah. And thank you for being there.
Yeah, thanks for being a
nurse. People who are going to cut their hands open on their holiday outings.
Yeah, spread the most joy. Try to get a news crew to come out to give you some coverage. Get a reality show. Fuck your life over. Move to LA. Get into drugs. Take the path that everyone takes. Okay.
Bye, Kelly L. Davis.
Bye,
Hi,
Kelly L.
Eliza.
Davis.
Hi, Eliza. Baby Armin Scott. Love the podcast. I'm 34 and in my first ever serious relationship, #late bloomer, with my boyfriend of 8 months. His family is less than an hour away from where we live, but mine is in another state. His parents are together, mine are divorced. My brother and I always spend Christmas Eve and morning with my mom, then go to my dad's for a big family dinner. My mom's family isn't close, doesn't do holidays. My boyfriend wants us to spend time with both of our families at Christmas, and I'd like to bring him to dinner at my dad's. But then his parents will want us to spend Christmas Eve with them, which would mean abandoning my mom, which I really don't want to do. Eliza, I'm particularly curious how you would handle this situation since your parents are also divorced.
Way to rub it in. Well, it's different for me because I'm Jewish. So I've never thought about Christmas. And people are always like, oh my God, you're alone on Christmas? I'm like, doesn't mean anything to me. Like, It's totally fine. I can tell you that my husband's parents are divorced, and it is always a thing. Who gets which day, even though they're half Jewish too. Like, who gets the eve, who gets the thing. It's like two different issues because not only is it between your mom and your dad, but it's also you're factoring in your new boyfriend.
Do you think 8 months in, she can just bail and do her family thing?
I think you can, honestly, because or you make a plan like he sees his parents the night before. It's only an hour. You guys are in a different state, so you kind of have to go to that other state.
could do the dinner that they want to do, but not stay. Like have dinner with your boyfriend's family and bail out.
Is she saying she wants to go to the boyfriend's house and then go to the other state?
It seems like if she goes to the boyfriend's house, they'll want them to stay for Christmas Eve. So if they go for dinner,
so you'd be flying or driving to your parents in the other state.
Yeah, it seems like they're only less than an hour away. Mine is in another state. Yeah, I mean it seems, but the boyfriend wants them to split it. Wants us to do both.
So maybe it's one of those Kansas, Missouri. Maybe they're close.
Yeah, I'd like to bring him to dinner, but then his parents will want us to spend Christmas Eve with them.
Well, no, there's no but then. You just say, here's what we're doing. I think boundaries are a huge thing. By the way, you're not 21. It's well, my parents are paying for my ticket or something.
Yeah.
This is what works. If you really want to spend these holidays with each other and experience each other's families and you're willing to make that commute, day of or whatever, you simply say, here's what we're doing and here's how we're parsing out our time. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And, maybe you'll get from your mom, she'll be I don't really care. Just go with your dad,
Yeah.
Talk it out. But people get really selfish about spending time with different relatives. And I think just putting your foot down and being we want to accommodate everyone. We want everyone to meet the other one's families. Mm-hmm. Here's what we're doing. And if people can't handle it, whatever. It's also not the worst thing to spend it apart.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fine.
Yeah. So that's either put your hoof down or go see your family by yourself.
But also it's if you want your boyfriend to meet your family, great. Maybe he's involved in this too. You guys figure it out.
There's also a version where you go a day early to his family's house and then just leave and then go spend the rest of it with your family.
Right.
What I don't know is how far those states are apart from one another. I understand that Christmas Eve is the most sacred of sacreds, but the point really is to spend time together and to meet his family and for them to meet you. So if you go a day early, you still get to do all the Christmas stuff. Your local mall isn't going to be any less decorated.
Right. It's not unless you guys aren't 7, it's not that exciting to be there for Christmas Day.
There's also Thanksgiving.
Any of the days are fine.
There's also Thanksgiving. The Christians always overlook Thanksgiving because we have Christmas. But my family, that's when we all see each other.
Right.
So put your foot down and what means the most to you. And don't do the girl thing where you shun your family for his. Because 8 months in, you don't know.
Yeah. Sarah S. Meest.
I mean, a lifetime in, you don't know. So whatever. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Sarah S. Meest. Hi, Iliza. What is your favorite holiday tradition? Do you and Smokey Husky make up new traditions? My dad loved making up new traditions, so I do too with my fiance and his kids.
I love that. And good for you for being a stepmom. God, traditions. We do what was a white elephant, but we started calling it secret turkey. So
that's, you do it now.
That's our only real thing is Thanksgiving with my mom and my cousins and my aunt and uncle. And that's, that's our only things that we've done secret turkey. We do a cousin's picture every year. And it's kind of cool. We've been doing it since like the late 90s or the early 2000s. And so for years, it was just me, Ben, Brett, and Harley. Ben's my brother, cousin Brett, cousin Harley. And then 1 year Harley was in Australia, so we did it holding a picture of her. And then 1 year Ben didn't come, so we FaceTimed and held a picture of him. Mm-hmm. And then I got my fiance, so Smokey Husky was in it. And now Harley's engaged, so her fiance is going to be in it. And Ben has a longtime girlfriend. So it's cool to see how the cousins, because it was originally just the 4 of us, mm-hmm. how the picture changes every year based on our different circumstances. So it's cool to see us get older, different cool necklace combinations I did, which I think is the main focus. So this year, the cousin's picture will be, and last year, Smokey Husky was on work. So we had to hold up a picture of him. I think somebody photoshopped him from a picture of him from our wedding in. So we're all in jeans and he's in a tuxedo. Uh-huh. So this year it will be Ben, his girlfriend, TT, Brett, his longtime girlfriend, Irene, my cousin Harley and her fiance, and me and Smokey. So it's there's 1, 2, how many? There's 8 of us. I couldn't do it. No Blanche. So sad. But I did request Irene bring her dog, whose face I want to eat. So we shall see.
Is Ben bringing his dog?
No. But I did want him to. Okay. They boarded it.
Okay.
It's a thick pit mix.
It's cute.
With cute little eyebrows.
Okay. Damon Giardo. Background for me. I work about 60 hours a week in a management position while working on an MBA online at the same time. I've managed to fit in a date here and there, but haven't put it on a priority as I don't feel I'd put the appropriate time and attention into any relationship. What is the appropriate snarky response for your family asking when you're planning on getting married or at least seeing someone? I'm planning on going with, I have a mail order bride. She should be here in 3 to 6 months, but I feel like there are better options.
I mean, here's the weird thing. Like, say you're Zinger, like whatever. And then anybody that presses beyond that, it's weird because most people don't want a full conversation. They just want like a juicy tidbit. What they want to hear is like, my penis fell off. I'm going through something. Oh, I don't know. You know, they're trying to see if you're gay. They're trying to see if you or have a woman chained up. They want to hear something. But the truth is, the excuse that you're giving now is just because you haven't, like if you met the perfect woman tomorrow, you would create time. I think your MBA thing, I think men do this a lot. You never hear it from women. Men do it a lot. We're like, I just want to make sure that I'm financially secure. You'll never be fully ready because then once you get that job that your MBA gives you, you'll be like, I'm too busy. I want to be financially secure. Then when you are, you'll be like, well, I just want to make sure that I have the right time. So I would just give them the answer, be like, yeah, going on dates. There's a couple girls I'm seeing, not sure. Mm-hmm. Like they want to make sure you're not weird. That's what they're checking in on. Just be like, I just started. I've just been going on dates.
But it's like, why should this person have to lie?
Just be like, and just get the truth. Fine. I'm going on dates, really working hard at this MBA, and then just shift it. Be like, I'm really looking forward to graduating.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great.
Go. Yeah.
That's it. That's the answer. And then you turn on them and be like, are you getting an MBA? While working 60 hours a week?
When are you going to get your MBA?
Uncle Janet? Next question. Whatever you're doing is fine. They're just bored.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to have terrible conversations, and then you're going to eat some food and move on.
People know better. I think if anyone were to ask me if I'm having a baby, they might whisper, like, you can have a baby. But I think people know better than to harass me.
Yeah.
So, no, you don't get any. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Leave me alone. And then people usually are just like, okay, bye. No, but go be bored somewhere else. Bother the Salvation Army guy in front of Ralph's.
Well, also, it's like a lot of the time it's an older relative and they're just bored.
I don't have any of those.
And they're excited to see you and they're like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, leave the old people is fine. I let an old guy at the Comedy Store yesterday tell me all the rules for comedy and who I need to respect. Even though my name is on the wall there, he's like, and you know what? If you wrote a movie, you could self-publish your own book. I'm like, I will consider that. Thank you so much. And he goes, when one of these guys, Louis C.K.'s you scream. You don't take it. I'm like, I will remember that. Thank you so much, person.
Text me. We'll start a situation.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to endure, withstand, maintain. Pretty sure that's the motto for the Army.
Yeah.
Isn't the Salvation Army
bad now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're giving to anti-gay causes.
So don't drop a thing. Drop a turd in their bucket. You want to not give to a gay cause, I understand that, but giving to an anti-gay cause is just it's an egregious step.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do what you want, but just, I guess you can do what you want. Just, you know what? And what I want is to not give you money with your dingy bell, annoying me, gaslighting me with anxiety. I miss my dog so much. All right, next question.
On stage page official. If Emily could read this in her classic frazzled melodramatic voice, that would be great.
Oh, this is a Kathy thing?
No, she didn't say Kathy, but I just thought it was funny. Hi, Iliza and the gang. I don't know how to read it now. I'm just going to read it normal. I'm traveling home for the holidays and bringing my 3-month-old puppy, Perry.
Perry!
I just want to assure you I didn't name him Drew or Josh. We talked about all the craziest dog names way back early in the podcast. Dog named Steve.
You said Drew or Josh, and I'm like, yeah, Drew Perry from 90210. I'm
Luke Perry.
Uh-huh.
Drew Perry.
Ooh, Josh Perry, famous astrophysicist.
How do I tell my family members to screw off when it comes to my dog? He's being trained as a service animal for me, and he picks up so many bad habits when around family. Normally, I would have a quick, funny way to tell people to knock things off, but it's not like I can tell grandparents that if I snap my fingers, he'll bite their dick off. An example of the bad habits are other people.
You're aggressive. This is a very aggressive way to speak to your family.
Other people.
Your grandma has a dick?
She doesn't want to say that to her grandparents.
But she's maybe going to. But your grandparents are listening to this.
An example of the bad habits are other people trying to give him commands. Super important that a service dog learns to listen only to you. Or relatives using their fingers as chew toys for him when we are working on no biting. How do I enjoy my small and rare Christmas mouth and his company over the holidays without completely derailing his training or upsetting my relatives?
If this is real service dog training,
Yeah, for PTSD.
okay. Well, first of all, if you have PTSD, I'm assuming it's like a military related thing. I mean, I don't know. You can have PTSD from anything. I have it from going to Whole Foods. Your family should respect. Like if this is legit, because there are people that are like, it's a service dog because she's so tiny.
No, this is a service animal that's being trained, and she doesn't want these people to.
It's odd to me that it's on you to train it. Like I always thought that they came trained.
I think, but they like.
You're working on it.
Working on it together. Like,
I
so
think
you're
your
the
family.
leader.
I think maybe it's a family email, or like leave the dog in a car for a second, go inside, and be like, "Here's the discussion," and get an ally. Like get your mom on your side or a brother that's like, "We will," and just get a verbal commitment, like, "We will do our best."
But it's hard. People don't want to listen. Like
I understand, but this is different. This is not like a new fun puppy. This dog is working, so I think you need to, in a very calm, polite, loving way, explain to them what's happening. And I just ask for your cooperation. Yeah. I don't think anyone's family will be like, no way, we got to rub its belly. Especially if you have like PTSD. I think that they'll be amenable to that. I think if you just just take it easy and explain it to them, because most people don't understand that.
Maybe get one of those vests for a working dog to make it look real working.
I mean, it's like, why wouldn't your family just believe you? Why are you arguing with me?
Just only because people like when I would walk Blanche and people would have a dog and their dog was like big, and I'd scoop Blanche up and I'd be like, my dog's friendly, and I'm like, okay, well,
but that's different.
I don't know, but people are like, I want to get involved, like I want to touch your dog, I want to do this.
You can't, here's what you're so you've never been wrong, but more wrong. People listen, but when I see a service dog, it's like a vest that says, get a vest that says "Do not pet."
That's exactly what I said.
You just said a vest. You just said a yellow crossing guard vest.
No, it's
to sort of reinforce it, but moreover, like just say to them, please don't pet, please don't do this.
Right.
And be like, I'm training. When I hear that, I'm like, totally, I get it. It feels like you're a normal person. Well, I bet give your family a chance.
Yeah.
If they know that you have PTSD, then they're gonna try to help you.
Well, I was talking to that security guard yesterday who has a
way too long
pit bull. And he was saying that the pit bull is like so great with humans, but not great with other dogs. And a friend wanted to bring their dog over, and he was like, okay, you can, but you can't set this little dog down. My dog will attack it. Like you can't, if you are insisting on bringing your dog, you can't sit down. The guy gets there, sets the dog down. So security guy's dog goes after it. And the guy's like, I didn't really think anything would happen. I think that's it. I didn't think it'd be a big deal if I put my fingers in the dog's mouth.
That's what I'm saying.
You just gotta keep reiterating.
You've got to say it, and then, keep that, but also the dog is your responsibility. Keep it right by your side. Mm-hmm. Have a talk before you bring the dog in and be like, this is what it is. Or board the dog for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to help you. People can control themselves. Just give your family the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Next week, she's like, dear Iliza, my family are monsters. And they
all got bit.
Dismembered my dog.
All got their dicks bit off.
Family dick time.
No.
I've noticed that, at least since I've had my babies, that I smell differently when I sweat. Maybe I'm just like getting older. I don't know, but I smell differently. And I don't love that. If I'm on set or if I'm on stage or if I'm doing anything like functioning in public and I don't want sweat stains or to be aware of my stinky, stinky pits, that's when I turn to Lumi Whole Body Deodorant because it keeps me smelling fresh all day. Lumi is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, under boobs, right ladies, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, your feet. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. How? Well, unlike certain traditional deodorants that may try to mask odor with a fragrance, Lumi is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. If you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off the starter pack. Use code Iliza for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code Iliza at LumiDeodorant.com.
A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light. as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
Hananic. Is it insensitive of me to throw my housewarming party during the holidays, or should I wait till after the new year?
Ooh.
Interesting.
That depends on how many presents you want to get. Because then they're going to be like, it's Christmas and it's your housewarming gift.
Right. They'll bring like a candle and be like, Merry Christmas.
You know what? I have to be honest. I don't know if it's insensitive because people love a party. Our housewarming is going to be in December, and it's going to be, it's like, not a housewarming, but it's like, this is the first time people are seeing our house.
Oh, okay.
But you don't need to bring a gift, but it happens to be that. So, I don't think it's insensitive, but I would keep in mind that people have company parties and they have family parties and like Christmas specific obligations that they put like a ton of time into. So I think there's also like December 14th is the Saturday before Christmas. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Because I actually have an analytical answer for this because I thought about this. Yeah. December 14th is the perfect party weekend because the weekend after, everybody's already gone. So you really won't get anyone coming to your party unless your friends all have like no families. And then after that, between New Year's, it's just like a dead time. So if you do your housewarming anytime before December 14th, you should be okay.
Yeah.
Just know that people are going to want to attend their company events and major Christmas things. So maybe do it, on like a Wednesday night or something. I don't know what kind of a rager you want to throw. If you want to make sure to get the most amount of people, I would do it after New Year's.
Yeah.
But if it's a tiny housewarming, you could do it that first week in December as a little warm-up party, or make it a Christmas housewarming.
Yeah,
I just know you're going up against a lot of competition.
Yeah.
It's not selfish. It's just, you should just know people are going to have to choose their offices over
Right.
you.
People are like ready to party, but they also already have 80 obligations. So it could go either way.
Yeah. Is this an apartment warming? You could also do like, it's just cocktails at 6, So but I understand that feeling where you really want to show off your house. So yeah, think about what the result is you're trying to get. If it's maximizing the amount of people, bringing over Trader Joe's bottles of wine, maybe hold off till after New Year's.
Should I be having housewarming at my studio apartment that I've been in for 4 years?
God, no.
Do you want to come over?
Where there's every time I try to
milk.
Every time I try to give you something, you're like, I have no surface to put it on. So that party's something.
Service spaces.
Cool.
You have to hold your belongings when you come in.
Just stand in the corner.
And if you put it on the ground, cat hair is going to get on it.
And then if you touch the cat, she bites.
She doesn't bite people that aren't
I'm
me.
training her as a service cat.
She only bites me.
Cool.
And I do tell people that, and they won't touch her, and it makes me mad. People will touch a dog they're told will bite them, but I'm like, this cat won't bite you. And they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, your house sounds awesome. Sounds like an awesome party.
__, chill__. Are yearly family pictures really that important? We argue about doing it every year. You like yours.
We only do the one. I think it takes 2 seconds. It's a nice record because those family pictures become the pictures that you hang in your house for your children.
It's hard to look back. Like there are pictures when I was like 14 or whatever.
Totally.
And I was like wearing a t-shirt and like mad, and everyone else is wearing a nice sweater. And I'm like, I'm in a picture.
Let them know. It's
embarrassing.
You know what? Do it for your parents.
Yeah.
Do it for your parents, and do it because it'll be cool to look back and be like, oh, remember when I had that haircut? Remember when one of our parents was alive? Like whatever. I'm saying, and so rarely do we even print photos anymore. Just do it. We're all so selfish. Just take the picture. Take it for your Nana.
Jackie Jean, what are the food must-haves and what are the typical ones you do without? So you're getting into some mulled cider
for Christmas?
For just the holidays. Like what are you chowing down on?
I don't think of it that way. Again, as a Jew, I don't. It's not the same.
You're not eating like fun little winter snacks?
Okay, winter snacks. I love mulled wine. Yeah. And I ask for it year round, and it's really hard to find even when it's cold. Bars are like, I guess we could put honey in your wine. Ew. I love mulled wine. I don't mind eggnog. You really can only drink like a shot worth because it's disgusting.
I love eggnog.
It's tasty, but it's disgusting.
Yeah, you got to have like half a glass, like it's a whiskey, like a little taste.
And I've never had it with liquor. I just like the eggnog.
I don't either.
As of late, when I was in Vermont, I had like 4 hot toddies a night. Tasty times. Definitely call for tasty measures. I have this joke about Thanksgiving, and what you realize is that Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner, kind of the same dinner. One involves the birth of a savior, one the death of a civilization. You know what goes great with both? Cranberry sauce. Turkey, I don't think anyone's pumped about unless it's like made with butter and deep fried, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because we eat these foods because it's the thing to do. I don't think, but I don't look forward to any food ever. I don't really care. It's LA.
I'm so excited for stuffing because you don't eat. You're not in June. Like I'm gonna have some stuffing.
Smokey's downstairs making stuffing for Thanksgiving right now.
A great food.
And he got like the special bread and the special things. I've never been a stuffing person. I only started eating gravy like 2 years ago. I never got it.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Turkeys.
guess I don't really eat mashed potatoes. I'm kind of like it's not great for you.
Do you like the cranberry sauce?
I do. I like the tartness of it.
Do you like the can one or like my dad does one that's
Makes his own.
Mama Stanberg and it's very light pink and it looks like an alien threw up.
Oh, like a
It's like
ambrosia
something
kind of thing.
Upsetting. Yeah.
It's like a southern thing. Is there
Yeah.
like whipped cream in it?
No, it's not sweet. It's like
Are you talking about horseradish?
maybe.
Okay. I what I like about the holidays is seeing what other people prepare. When I used to have, so every year I do a Christmas party and I used to go and get a honey baked ham. And I'll tell you what, as a Jew,
Yeah.
I fucking love ham. But I stopped eating pork in this last year. Like I loved bacon and I just kind of stopped getting it. I kind of started to gross myself out. That's gross. I think you just showed me. So I don't know. I love a thick icing on a cookie.
Oh, like a holiday cookie.
Love a holiday cookie.
Yeah.
Love a holiday cookie. I used to make this one thing. I took it from what?
Someone has asked about that.
But wait, I'll tell my cranberry recipe.
Okay. Oh, okay.
This is a fun thing if you don't really cook. I used to make this when I was in college or high school, and it was like my one thing, and then nobody ever wanted to eat it but me. Get a bag of cranberries, like a bag of Ocean Spray. It's a different brand. It's off-brand. Ocean Spray cranberries. Douse them in, wash them in an egg white. So just separate the yolks from the eggs, toss them all in egg whites. Then you toss them in powdered sugar, put them in the refrigerator, and you get these tart little cranberries wrapped in sugar, and you just pop them in your mouth. Oh. You can also do them in regular sugar, so it looks like different, like tiny little ornaments, but do it in confectioner sugar, and they're really tasty. I think you put them in the freezer. Sometimes they're a little eggy. But yeah, I don't have like that family thing.
Yeah. You know, were there any dishes that like your family would make for Thanksgiving, like off?
So
not the main stuff.
The family we have it with every year. My Uncle Barry is kosher, so that means that there's no butter. And so while people are like, "What do you mean no butter?" I just never really had the Thanksgiving with the butter.
Yeah.
So while it was tasty, it was fine, but it was never like the way like a Christian Thanksgiving would be. And this year we made Uncle Barry his own little plate, so Smokey could use butter and everything.
Yeah.
Cornbread's pretty great.
Yeah.
Butternut squash soup, not celebrated year round, but I never miss a chance to have some of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had a better answer. And then by the time pie comes around, you're like, I guess I'll eat it for tradition.
What's your preference of pie? Pumpkin, pecan.
Pecan pie is pretty great, but I like key lime pie. It's a
Yeah,
tropical
it's not a
Thanksgiving.
holiday.
But you know what it actually is? Because the first Thanksgiving was actually in Florida, and key limes are from that region. And so really, I'm the most Thanksgiving when I'm having a key lime pie.
First Thanksgiving was in Florida?
Yeah, they ate lobsters. I'm not even kidding.
Not on Plymouth Rock?
No, it's bullshit. This guy was like the other day, he was like, "Hey, Iliza, we're doing a show the day before Thanksgiving. Would you come?" And what did he say? He was like, "And give us be like the Pilgrims and give us a beautiful Thanksgiving treat." I'm like, "You want me to bring blankets of small talks and wipe out your whole audience?"
Yeah.
It's the joke was right there. I don't know how he even asked me that. I wish I had better answers. Do you?
I mean, there's a dish that I don't know what was in it. It was artichoke hearts and something, which doesn't sound like something I'd be into, but my grandma makes it and I loved it. But then like when she moved into assisted living, she's like, "I'm not making that. You make it if you want it."
They won't let me turn the gas on. I will tell you this. One year we deep fried a turkey and it was excellent. And then I met Smokey Husky and he came to Thanksgiving. It was the cutest thing ever. And we went out to the garage to get the pot and there was a hole in it. How a metal pot that isn't rusted gets a hole. I don't know what weevil got in there. Ugh. So it was leaking oil and we had already been like dealing with the turkey and we had like 2 hours left. Smokey comes in. I'd never heard this word before. Spatchcock the turkey, which means you cut it in half and you lay it out and save Thanksgiving. Like, cooked it in record time. And then we're all sitting at the table and we're like, oh, this is Eliza's new boyfriend. And he saved Thanksgiving. And he takes some gravy and he reaches over the table. He goes, would you like some gravy, my love? To me. And as he was saying it, he dropped it and it spilled all over the table. And I think it was in my cousin's like wedding speech to him. And that's when we knew he was part of the family. He saved the day. My dad hates turkey. New York Fred for you. He's like, everyone gets their own Cornish game hen and sea bass.
I'm not into it. My dad was like, what if we do, because I make them redo Thanksgiving for Christmas because I want the stuffing and mashed potatoes. He's like, what if we do a chicken? I was like, I don't care what meat you do. I'm not wasting stomach space. I got stuffing and mashed potatoes to eat.
Stuff it up.
And I'll eat some green beans to be nice.
The best part, my aunt calls it olive Edens. It's a made up word. All the snacks before. Oh. My aunt would get these. Cheese plate. My aunt would get these. This is going to sound so bougie, but I don't care. These baked potato wedges. So like a chip, but it's the length of the potato. And they're like come in like 15 to a box. And they've got rosemary. And she put out creme fraiche and caviar. It's tasty. Creme fraiche and caviar on anything. All the snacks, olives and peanuts and stuff like that. I'm going to load up. I'm taking my brother today and we're going to load up on some fancy crackers.
Yeah.
Fuck your life.
A good cracker, a good cheese.
Good cheese. I got all the cheese knives. Some fruit. It's always refreshing.
Yeah.
So load up on those snacks.
Right near my house, there is a farmer's market, like a year-round, like not a set-up outside thing, an indoor thing, but it looks like the outdoors. Anyway, people from a variety of cultures sell things in there, and they have all the good cheeses.
Yes.
All the good crackers.
Get those crackers. Load up. Workout day of. Load up. That's what it's about. I don't really, and also my family doesn't really drink. We were thinking about liquor. We're not like a drink family. My aunt, my mom might have like a drink. I think it's weird to be drunk with your family. I don't want that.
I do too. I think it's very odd. And I remember when my sister first started to get like drinks at dinner when we'd both be home, and I'd be like, "Why? I don't want to all share a drink."
Yeah, I don't. I gotta get drunk to get through it. It's like, or just be like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I take Xanax, but I'm not gonna drink anything.
But really, like people underestimate the power of being like, leave me alone. Nobody's bothering.
You're stuck in a space with someone and you're tired and someone is out loud singing the Baby Shark song and you want to punch them in their faces.
Yeah, our families are not the same. My favorite thing, this is my thing, because we always have Thanksgiving at my Aunt Debbie and Uncle Barry's in Westchester. Getting up early, because I was never really allowed to participate with my aunt. We call them the chicken sisters. It's just my mom and aunt like figuring everything out.
Yeah.
And they make all the food. My mom will make like a spreadsheet with like color coding, as you can imagine. You've met her.
I've gotten some spreadsheets from her.
Of course you have. The Macy's Day Parade. They have a tiny, tiny TV in their kitchen. And I would go in and just sit at the table and I'd watch my mom and aunt be sisters. And I would just watch the Macy's Day Parade. And we went one year and it's just so New York and I just love that. And then it goes into the Westminster Dog Show, which is a lot more fun when you have a dog and you imagine she's going to win it. But I love that. I love being barefoot in the kitchen, watching the Macy's Day Parade, watching my mom and my aunt.
You don't want a pair of slippers?
I like being barefoot.
Okay.
It's a little white trash. I love it. I love it. I love picking at my feet. I'll wear a pair of slippers. But I love that. And because it's before all the craziness and my cousins always slept in till like 1 and I would just be there. Yeah. I was the center of attention.
I remember loving it so much as a little kid, then getting a little older and sleeping through it, then getting a little older and being like, wait, I'm back on board.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, going to it is an ordeal because it is freezing.
Freezing! I have no interest.
Yeah.
I remember turning it off to make my grandpa play like Madden with me. And I beat him so badly because he didn't know how to play.
How to use a controller.
And everybody was just like, please, can we put the parade back
Yeah,
on?
nobody wants to watch you play a girl play Madden.
Against her grandpa.
I love watching the performances because they're all freezing their nips off and everybody's lip syncing. Nobody looks sexy because everyone's in a turtleneck.
So much like the crazy stage makeup.
And I get so excited because you'll like see these high schools that like won the chance to go there. And there's like from Middle State University in Michigan. It's the Star Spangled Dancers. And it's like, here are these like 13-year-old girls and they're in New York for the first time. And like, I get like emotional. I'm like, it's America. They came in for this. Their families are watching. You can't see which one's your kid.
No.
Because it's from an aerial view. Happy
I like
holidays.
When float escapes. Charberry87. You posted your holiday candy recipe last year somewhere. Would you do that again, please?
Did I?
I don't know if it was last year.
Because I don't even know if it's my
before.
recipe.
The thing you make and you bring to the
My
comedy
sponge
store.
candy.
Yeah.
My honeycomb candy. Look, it's called sponge candy. It's also called honeycomb candy. It doesn't actually require honey, so don't use that recipe. It's just corn syrup and baking soda. And then you can, I always dip mine in white chocolate. Other people do dark chocolate. You can find this recipe anywhere online. It's not even mine. And but yeah, sponge candy recipe. The recipe really hinges on how fast you can mix in all the ingredients because it bubbles up and then you have to pour it out. And it happens like in a 15-second window.
Yeah.
And then you just crack it. So you can find one anywhere. I'm sure Martha Stewart makes one. But once it's cooled,
Sponge candy.
dip it in white chocolate and enjoy your life. It's
dark.
pure sugar. No, it's great.
It is pure sugar.
Anyway, but yeah, and people love it.
Are you making it this year?
I don't know if I'll have time. You know
I
what?
mean,
I will.
The other thing is it does. We need to find a new way to package it.
Because I don't want to use the plastic bags. You know what? I'll bring it in like a little thing. I'll just have people take a piece.
Tupperware.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right. Yeah,
All
good
right.
call. All right. Thank you.
Okay, we got an anonymous. Hi, Iliza and Emily and Scott too. My mother-in-law is a she-dragon who loves to hold it above my head that she is wealthy and I am not.
Really?
She makes passive-aggressive comments, always talks about the trips that she took her daughter on out of the country when she was younger, and laments the things I can't give her. Better house, self-driving vehicle in the future,
Wait,
private...
laments the things you can't give.
The wife, who is the daughter.
Oh, you're a boy.
No, this is a girl. This is a lesbian. For context, I'm a lesbian.
Okay, thank you.
So, a lesbian with a wife. The wife's mom
Wait,
is
a
like,
lesbian has a wife? Okay, God.
The wife's mom is like, you're never going to be able to give my daughter a self-driving car, private schooling for non-existent kids. For Thanksgiving, we're going out to eat. My stepfather is coming too. He's blue collar, like me, and I'm dreading the uncomfortable conversations that will occur with that cornucopia of weirdness in one room. She-dragon, her 70-year-old rich boyfriend who's nearly deaf, and my blue collar, overcompensating stepfather. How do I make it through the meal and not be the bad guy by being visibly annoyed, embarrassed, angry?
Okay, first of all, I think she's got a problem with the fact that her daughter's gay. That's what it
think
feels
that's
like.
it and it's
I think
not
that's part of it.
Richness.
I feel like that's part of it. I just do. I just do. But let's say it's not.
Let's say she's just mad you can't give her a self-driving car.
Who wants that?
Private schooling for kids. Like
I do believe in a good private school. I don't want a self-driving car. The robots will take over and then I'm just like
I don't
screwed.
approve.
Look. Sit at the other end with your dad and just be present with your dad. And I love an awkward conversation. I would just revel in it and just like let it build. You're there for your dad and you're there for your wife. And just sit at the opposite end of the table. Let her say whatever. I wonder if it's possible that you're a little sensitive to the fact that you don't have all these things. So when she does maybe talk about her life, you do feel like a little insecure about it. I'm not saying she's not terrible. There's also the art of disarmament. You show up with like a gift, something really sweet that you got her. She's like, I just want to say, like, I'm really happy we're having this together. You know, like take the edge off. And then I would just sit at the other end of the table with your dad and tell him how you feel going in. So he's kind of on your side and just, you don't have to police everything. And I personally, what is this face you're making? I'm trying to say something to this lesbian. What?
Without policing it,
I'm in the middle of advice on my own show.
But I just if
Every
it was
time.
me and my
You're over there grunting.
dad, I would not. It would be more like if somebody's being rude to me, you know, I can kind of brush it off. But if they're being rude to my dad, it's like you feel like you want to like defend their honor.
But you know what?
Like,
Your dad's a grown man, and like, there's being rude, and then there's also like that's just her way. There might be. I'm just what? You're so annoying me right now. What?
no, but it's just because it's your way, it doesn't mean it's acceptable.
100%.
If somebody's
That's why I have a show.
rude- No, but you're not.
Oh, sorry. I thought
no.
you meant my idea. Sorry. No. Okay.
No. Can you imagine? No. Like if someone is rude, they're rude, and just because like that's how they are, that doesn't make it okay.
Look, I don't know your family dynamic. I have no problem with calling something out. There is her way, and then she says something rude, like, you know, she refers to your dad as like you people or calls him poor.
Right.
We have to account for the fact that, you know, it's very easy to vilify wealthy people when you don't have money. And that's something I subscribe to. Like, I will never apologize for what I have, what I've been, who I am. But if she's going out of her way to be like, well, and you're poor, so you wouldn't understand or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's within your rights to step in and be like, what do you mean by that? Why did you say that? Put it on her. Be like,
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a hurtful thing to say? You know, if you come at it from a place of like, look, we're just, trying to have this dinner. I bet you it won't be as bad as you think it's going to be. And it's also not on you to police anything she's saying. Let her dig her own grave. But your dad's also a grown man, and I'm sure he could stand up for himself. Your dad also might be like, I don't feel like fighting with this woman. Who cares?
Right.
So I think your nervousness, I hate to say this because I definitely do this, the energy you're bringing to it might exacerbate it. Go in, open arms, super cool, sit at the end of the table with your dad. You're there for your wife. That's why you're there.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely dealt with that with people where it's like, look, I'm just here for this other person. And I personally revel in the fact when someone else is terrible, and I just sit there and I just make mental notes of how terrible they are, so that when I get in the car, I get to have a shit talking fest, and it's my favorite thing. I love it. I love vilifying someone from afar, but then like being cool when I see them. I love it. I love it.
Anonymous. I am an introvert.
I am an introvert. I am anonymous.
Being around people, even or especially family and friends, is very draining. So being around others on the holidays can be especially tiring. Any tips to handle this? While I'm comfortable with how I live my life, I sometimes worry I'm disappointing friends and loved ones. Thanks. P.S. Saw your show at the Coronado in Rockford, Illinois. You killed it. Laughed so hard I cried.
I did. I fucking love that show. And I remember that show because I was at St. Louis. The Rockford, the Coronado. Was that the one where it was a beautiful theater?
I specifically remember like the flyer for it and that the theater was really nice.
Remember the theater? It might not have been Rockford. I just remember I ran out of food for Blanche and we had to go to the grocery store and get her a whole chicken breast. And the woman there was really mean. And I was
grocery
like,
stores sell dog food.
No, I had to get a chicken breast. And I was like, because I didn't want to buy a whole bag of dog food. We were coming home that day. It was just like one thing. And the woman was such a bitch to me. And I remember thinking like, do I want to die on this hill? Or do I just want to get out of here and get my dog a chicken breast? A lot of people have these anxieties. I don't really relate to them. This idea that you're worried that you're a disappointment, I don't know who you are or what you do. You're probably, it's a little narcissistic to be like, oh, they're thinking about me and how disappointing I am. You're probably not. And people probably aren't thinking about it as much as you are. Mm-hmm. I would ask yourself, why do you think that they think that? Are you not living up to your full potential? Did you do something? Did you drop out of school? Like, did you do something? Or are you genuinely, ask yourself this, living your life to its fullest, happy with your decisions, and like really comfortable? If so, you got nothing to worry about, kid.
I think it's more so disappointing them like that when she or he gets to this event, they're like not going to be like that fun.
But that's not who you are.
Right.
That's not who you are. It's weird that you are self-described introvert, but your worry is that you're not going to be the life of the party. Like you already know you're not. Well, even if you are, you always have to remember like, and I personally think about this, and this also goes to the lesbian dinner guest just now with the blue collar dad. Mm-hmm. It's not on you. Like it's not on you to make sure everyone feels comfortable. You're not hosting something safe, happy, entertained. It's not on you to bear the weight of a conversation. I often find myself like tap dancing for people and they're just like chilling. It's not on you. You're allowed to go and just observe and be yourself. And everybody's okay with it. And if they're not, fuck them. It's not on you.
I think it's easier to fall into it when you're with family. Like if I'm at a friend's house and I don't know anyone there. Like I went to a wedding where I only knew the bride. And, and I went around and I made friends. I talked to people. But when I'm at my parents' house, it's very easy to go back into like, I remember, they would have like a friend over and I would be in my room and they'd be like, come say hi. And I'd be like, I don't want to. I want to have fun and watch a movie.
Right, because your parents' friends are weird and old.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I go home and they're like, come out and talk to this weird person.
And would you now like just be a person?
I try, but I find myself reverting to like, I will go in my room and close the door and hope no one notices me for like 30 minutes.
What I think is weird is that you still have a room at your parents' house.
It's my dad's office.
Okay.
But a bed is in there and he works and then the dogs sleep on the bed.
I love it.
So,
it's not on you, but you're all together. It's a communal experience, but no pressure, dude. Like, and by the way, if this is how you are, you've probably been like this your whole life. So nobody's expecting like, whoa, where's the juggling act?
And
You're
if there
okay.
are a bunch of people there and you got to check out for like 20 minutes, you go and
That's
like
okay.
when I check out, I mean, my grandma will come find me like, I don't want to talk to these people either. What's happening in here? And I'm like, all right, let's both hide.
Yeah.
You know,
By the
but-
way, at my own wedding, I like went and sat on the toilet for 10 minutes just to take a breather. At my own shows, at my own parties.
Yeah.
I always do this thing. I did this thing at my a couple of years ago. I had like a speakeasy at my party, and it was like a little room set to the side where you could just come and chill.
Yeah.
I didn't invite everyone in there. That's why at parties you see a lot of people like are just in a bedroom talking because it's overwhelming. It's a lot.
a lot of people.
Take breaks. Go outside. Have a cigarette. Don't have a cigarette.
Don't have a cigarette.
Take a walk. You know, grab a relative, be like, do you want to take a walk with me real quick? Just, you know, that's
Go
okay.
go in a bathroom that's like not the main bathroom and just
chill.
hang out.
You're cool. It's cool. Just chill. Nobody expects anything, especially at a party.
Yeah.
Unless
And if
you're
they
me.
do, they're going to forget about it the next day. Nobody the next day is like, God, that one person wasn't talking enough at the Christmas party.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
It's fine. You're fine. Take a deep breath. You're fine.
Hi, Iliza. Big fan and loved your latest Netflix special.
Thanks, man.
I have some holiday woes I'd love for you to weigh in on.
Wow.
My in-laws always want to trump us at Christmas. They want to buy our children the most expensive gifts and as many as they can. They're constantly overstepping their boundaries, and every Christmas I'm stuck having a difficult conversation/confrontation with my mother-in-law. I just want one holiday where we don't do this anymore, and she remembers from last year that this is never okay with us, but every year she thinks she can push it. I'm honestly at the point of returning their gifts and sending them their money, which I know will be the ultimate fuck you. I don't want to do this. What do you think?
I don't know. What are they getting your kids? Like Teslas?
Tough because I see this a lot on like the relationship subreddits where
I'm just so touched that people with children want my advice. I
They
have no
want your
children.
advice. I mean, it's tough because it's like if they buy something that you've either told your kids they can't have, or like maybe you're not doing as well, and you're like, I'm so excited to give my kids this one thing they want, and then the grandparents come in with like 60 things and just totally like avalanche yours out of existence.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm sure it does. I feel like you should set a precedent early on. Like, we're sending you on a trip to build houses in Guatemala. Whatever Nana and Papa get you is fine. Like, I would love to be the parent that's like, we always give you meaningful spiritual gifts, and like they can buy you a Game Boy.
Yeah.
It sounds like you need to have a come to Jesus verbally, like not passive
They've
aggressive
had
email.
confrontation.
You got to have it again.
But yeah.
And I would say, as a parent, like you've been a parent, obviously, that's why I'm in your family now. I hope you like, here are the reasons. Because if it's like, we don't believe in screens for our kids, so we really don't want them to have an iPad.
Yeah.
Like if it's that versus some, you know, I would give her the reasons and the boundaries and be like, you don't have to run the gift by me. I just ask that you don't do these things.
Right. Maybe even like narrow it down. Can they just give like one nice gift? You know,
We don't want to spoil them, and you know, it's just a conversation you're going to have over and over, and
put
get some
money-
backup from your husband or wife.
put money in a college fund with like that
that
money they were
sucks.
going to
Nobody wants
spend on
that.
stuff. But then it's like they're contributing without the kid being overloaded because the kid's not going to be like, yeah, college fund. But then they're still like contributing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to pass through you to get to the kid. So look at this. I vote 371690. It's a call from Latvia. Should I take it as my phone's ringing?
It's definitely a
This
robot.
is off the like. This
It
has been.
happens. It's been happening so much.
What do I do?
They stopped. Sometimes they'll leave like a weird voicemail, which is like in Chinese.
It's just the worst. The future is now. I'm not afraid of a conversation, and I'm not afraid of just like setting those boundaries. So
Maybe it is time to start returning that. I mean, it's awkward if like the kids see them, but if the grandparents like show up and they unpack their car and there's 10 gifts, you come out to their car and you go put 9 of those back, you creeps.
yeah, or just like let them do it, and 6 months from now, no one's going to remember it. That thing will be
It
in the
does
trash.
just suck though.
I'm sure. But yeah, best efforts, have that conversation, explain why. Because there's also that, like, I'm a big, like, I need to know why. And if you say, here's why, because of this medical issue or because our fundamental beliefs don't coincide with this versus like, we just don't. You know, because she's probably thinking like, oh, she's just being uptight. I'm going to bring all the tablets. So just explain it.
Or even like, you know what, get to the root of like, okay, they want to feel like they're really a part of their grandkid's life. Maybe
Totally.
like, hey, instead of giving them 10 gifts, maybe
Get 'em
every
one-
month you guys like go out to a fun dinner
Yes.
together.
Get
You
'em a
take them to
plane.
a nice lunch.
Yeah, what's their objective? Is it to spoil their grandkids? Great. They can do it within the specific boundaries you set up. Grandparents are always going to want to spoil the kids.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to be okay with that. Also, get some backup from your partner because it sounds
Yeah.
like you're fighting this battle alone.
Yeah. Anonymous. Hi, Iliza and Baby Arm. I need some advice. Holidays are coming around the corner, and I was recently fired in August from my super toxic job where my brother and his fiance, who is a higher up, still work. I found a new job and all is good. However, neither of them reached out to me after I was fired or since. Super rude, right? Well, the holidays are around the corner and I'm still angry. I definitely want to say something snarky to them about how much I hated that job, but I know I should be mature. What should I do or say?
Get it out of the way now. I don't know if you live around your brother, ask him for a cup of coffee or call them and be like, I just want to let you know, I love my new job or whatever. And it kind of hurt my feelings. You don't come armed. I'm not great at this because I love like, fuck you, win. Not that I ever really do it. I love talking about it. Coming from a place of like, this hurt my feeling, like you're my family and you didn't say anything. And I guarantee the answer will be like, oh my God, we were so embarrassed. We were so like,
felt bad.
You don't know what they were feeling. It rarely is like, yeah, fuck you, sis. We were glad you were out of there.
And if that is what it is, then you can say then you can have your fight.
Piece. Give them a chance to prove you wrong and to show that they're human. And then when you see them, it'll be this fun, you don't have to deal with it. Just get it out of the way now. And by the way, if it happened in August, don't save it for the holidays. Say something now. Say something now.
If someone got fired from somewhere that I still worked, I think I would feel some guilt, like being like, hey, I'm so sorry. Because they're like, oh, that place sucks. And I'm like, well, I'm still here.
Or they love it and they don't, maybe you weren't great. I don't know. Maybe you were bad at the job and that's I definitely have a friend where that happened.
Just a bad fit.
Fine. I definitely have a friend who has a job in this office and a friend of hers was let go, and the friend that's let go hates that office, hates those people.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable, the friend that likes the job, because she's like, well, you weren't. So It could have been because you were bad. Let's say you were a great employee, you just got fired. It might just be uncomfortable for him. Mm-hmm. But I think, and there's a version where you're like, look, it hurt my feelings. She's like, well, what do you want me to say? And then you can just be like, I just wanted to be honest. That way, when I saw you, I didn't have to say all this during the holidays. I'm not mad. I just want to, and he's your brother. He'll hopefully be like, I'm sorry. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
But get it out of the way first. Don't do it. You got enough pressure with the holidays.
Yeah.
Air it out.
Jess.grossjocks. I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but she'll figure it out. Iliza and Baby Arm, help. I've been with my BF for 5 years now. It started as the typical I'm not ready for a relationship bullshit. So the first few years, he didn't invite me to any holiday family events.
Ew.
I continually invited him to mine as my family wanted him there, but he repeatedly declined their invitations. So for the last year, I just haven't invited him. Sometimes it's easier to not have to add 2 more stops to each holiday. Is it bad that I'm okay with this? I don't invite him to my family events. He doesn't invite me to his. He's a widow, so I feel it'd be awkward going to his in-laws' house for Thanksgiving, for example. I'm not sure if I should want to be invited or not to his family events. My family thinks it's weird that I'm completely fine with him not showing up Christmas morning. This is a bad sign that I'm okay with keeping our holiday family events separate. We still see each other on holidays. We just don't do the family stuff together.
I think you do want him there.
Yeah.
I think you do. And I know you do because you've invited him.
For several years.
Yeah.
Continually invited and he repeatedly declined.
And just the way you're writing this email, I don't think you're okay with it. I think you're fine with it, but I don't think you're okay with it.
Yeah.
And I think he's got some issues he needs to work out. It is, by the way, life goes on. And it is not weird for you to meet his family. I'm sure they would love to meet you.
Yeah. And know that he's happy. He's doing okay.
I think he's got some demons he wants to reckon with, or maybe he doesn't know if he wants to be in this relationship and he's just coasting. 5 years in, you definitely need to get your family's take on him. It is weird and it's making it worse. I promise you this, he's not going to ask you to marry him and it's just going to be like, and now all our families are cool. It's weird. You're not okay with it, so it's not weird that you are okay with it because I can tell that you're not.
I wonder if it seems like she was kind of doing or he was doing the cool girl thing of it's fine. But now you just got to be like, hey, it would mean a lot to me. I really would like to share this with you. And if he's like, I don't want to, I
would end it with that person for sure. I think he's feeling insecure and weird. His family definitely wants to meet you.
Yeah.
But more importantly, your family wants to meet him. And that's why he should go.
Yeah.
If he doesn't agree to this, I think it might be a sign.
I mean, at least start with and I don't know if you've done this, a family meal, not at the holidays, a little lower pressure. Have they met at all?
Weird. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they met at all. Something's up. He's probably got another wife. Something's up. But yeah, that's weird. And at the very least, he should want to do it for you.
Yeah.
Don't be the cool girl. It's not worth it.
No.
5 years in, it's enough. Yeah.
Tell him what you want.
Yeah, that's it. And if he doesn't want it, then this is not the guy for you.
Yeah.
You're not cool with it. Sorry. None of us are that cool.
No. Live it RTR. Hi, Iliza. Big fan. I'm a medical professional that will be taking a heart attack call over the Thanksgiving holiday.
The person already knows they're having a heart attack. It's not really an attack, is it?
It's in quotes, so I assume that's like a medical.
Heart is planning a vacation.
You're ready. Now, this one will be out after Thanksgiving, but I think it will be helpful for other holidays. This means I cannot commit to anything that is over a 30-minute drive from my work, and I cannot commit to making a big giant meal. So I guess at any moment they could be called to the hospital. Yesterday, my live-in boyfriend asked if his newly single, with no family that lives locally, best friend could come over for Thanksgiving and bring, in quotes, a green bean casserole or something. I said, no, I'm on call, and admittedly got a little miffed that he didn't understand the implication of someone bringing a side dish to our house on a holiday.
What? What's the implication?
If they bring a side dish, they're expecting you to have a spread. Right?
Oh, okay.
Right? I told him if he wanted to just come over and hang out, that's fine, but I am not cooking anything. My BF can barely cook toast. He got defensive and insisted that he didn't expect me to cook, but now he is acting all pissy like he is disappointed I'm not rolling out the red carpet for his lonely BFF. I love my boyfriend, but how do I convey to him that his friend's lack of companionship on the holidays is not my burden to bear?
Just say that. I don't. First of all, you're going to eat something.
I mean, but they're not going to do like a full-on thing. I feel like if someone's like, I'll bring a side dish, they're expecting you to provide a dish. No one's like, I'm going to bring green bean casserole. We'll just eat that.
We're ordering Chinese food. That's what we're doing. I think you guys are both just kind of like misunderstanding each other. I think his goal is to like let his friend come over and chill. Mm-hmm. And you just be like, look, he can come over and chill. I'm not making a turkey. Mm-hmm. I've got to be like, that's it. Just say that. And the boyfriend, I doubt, if he wants to go pick up food, that's cool. Yeah.
Well, and especially because it's like she or he doesn't know when they're going to have to leave to go to the hospital. They could stay there the whole day. They could be called away at any moment. It's like they can't entertain.
Ask your boyfriend. Be like, what are you doing to support me? Do you want to go pick up Chinese food? Do you want to order a pizza? Do you want to make a turkey? Do you want to pick up a turkey?
Right.
That's it. It doesn't have to be. I think there's just different objectives here. Like the friend doesn't want to be alone. He wants his friend to come over. I think the friend not knowing you were going to be on call was like, your boyfriend's just relaying the information.
Right. I think the boyfriend, it says he was acting all pissy, like he's disappointed I'm not rolling out the red carpet for his lonely BFF. So I do wonder if the boyfriend did kind of expect like, oh, he doesn't have anywhere to go. Like, let's give him a nice Thanksgiving. And this person's like, I don't have the bandwidth for that.
Just
I got places to be.
Just say it. Be like, I don't think you kind of understood that I might have to leave any minute.
Yeah.
But you should have something to eat and it'd be cute to spend a little bit, but you don't have to cook a turkey.
Yeah.
So that's it. By the way, that boy's not bringing a green bean casserole. He's going to pick up a thing of like Trader Joe's cookies and be like, hook it up. He also doesn't care.
No.
Beggars can't be choosers. You do what you need to do, but you guys should have a meal together.
Turn to Mellow. My brother's fiance has told my family that they will never spend Christmas with my family because she can't be away from her family. We get to see them at Thanksgiving, but there are traditions that we miss having him around for. My brother does whatever she wants and won't even entertain the idea. How do we start a conversation about sharing the holidays, or should we just let it go?
I don't know.
So the brother's fiance is like, we are never spending Christmas here.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how close you live. If you guys live in the same town, or the same city, and like she won't split that with you, then that's shitty. It's like, you're going to make waves because she sounds like she doesn't really cooperate.
Yeah.
But, there are two families here and your parents matter too. Mm-hmm. If it's an out-of-state thing, then maybe you alternate. But if it's in the same city and she can't like find it in her heart to like drive across the city, then she's a bitch.
If you're also like, you can only do so much. If your brother isn't going to stick up for himself or your family, it's like he needs to be, you can't force him to spend the holidays with you. If he's not going to do it and he's going to do whatever she wants, like his loss.
It's that. I would also pull him aside without her and just be like, just want you to know, Mom was really upset. She really wants to see you.
Yeah.
It would be nice if, I'm just saying, and he'd be like, look, I don't want to hear it. Be like, okay. But you should know that like you have parents who love you and raised you as well. And they want to be a part of... Emily just took a napkin out of her pocket, and I was like, "Is that a snack?" And there's just two batteries. They were in the
freezer, so I've been warming them.
You've been warming the batteries.
To swap the batteries.
We want to shock our podcast recorder. That's it. And I think from the heart, like, we love you. We'd love to see you. Is there a way to make it work? Especially if it's in the same city.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's down to him. Like, if he's not willing to stick up for the family, then that's it.
Dude, that's so gross. Like, my family means
Also,
too
that's
much to me.
crazy
That's
that
crazy.
she wouldn't be like, hey, like, boyfriend, like, why don't we look? We spent last year with my family. Let's spend next year with yours. But it also, it's not like they do Thanksgiving at the question asker's house every year. So it's like maybe
you do have
swap.
that. Maybe you swap, but also like maybe you just get Thanksgiving. The other one gets Christmas.
Yeah.
It might just be that. Maybe her family just does a lot more and it's a big deal. Or maybe your family can go to their house.
Yeah.
You know?
You have to talk to your brother about it because he's the problem.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But
All
maybe
right.
do it together.
Do it together. That's all the holiday stuff we could get to.
All right, top
Tom the
of the cup.
Cobb.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
What's your top of the cob holiday edition?
Stuffing.
You already said it so much.
I love it so much.
You do? We have some stuffing downstairs. You should have some.
No, I'm good.
Why are you so weird?
It's not time yet.
Oh
It's
my
such a
God.
good food.
It's
You
not
can't
time
have
yet.
it the rest of the year because it's got to go inside another animal. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it's like,
Should. All right, that's
it's so fun.
You love stuffing. I love the holiday season. I fucking love it. Specifically love Christmas. I love everything about it. And right now, Smokey Husky smoked a bunch of turkeys at the smoker at one of the restaurants, and he boiled it down to make the gravy, so the whole house smells like smoked turkey.
I walked in your house today and I was like, oh, yeah.
It smells great. So it's
Yeah.
making me really hungry, but I'm really enjoying how hungry I am. So I love that smoked
That's
turkey
some of the
smell.
fun of Thanksgiving is like in the morning, like foods have their smells, and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna get it soon.
Yeah.
It's not time yet, but
So
soon.
American. Like the whole objective is to feel gross.
Yeah.
Bottom of the cob. As a Jew, I mean, I love Christmas. And as a Jew, I feel like it's that thing where I'm kind of giving into the commercialization of Christianity. It's like, yeah, because that's what Christians do really well. Like, come on over. We've got the cool things and the cool organizations. That being said, the joke's on you because all of your favorite Christmas songs written by Jews.
Is that your bottom of the cob?
Just that people don't know it. So like we've been here.
Yeah.
So
They've written all of them.
So just know that it's our holiday. And by say our, it's like all of our holiday now. It's not just for Christ anymore. We're
all the
in
parts that are enjoyable
Done
are not
by-
Christian.
it. Yeah. So just know that. I love that it's never like I never have to go to mass. People go to midnight mass. I'm like, no fucking way. I got a midnight flight to catch. But that's about it.
God.
Yeah. So that's it. What's your bottom of the cup?
I mean, look, holidays, great. Traffic, bad. Everybody's racing around. They're like, I gotta get my stuff. I gotta go here. I gotta do this. There's
It's also
Black Friday,
selfish.
There's this. It's
Yeah.
all like very exhausting.
But then how great is it when everyone's gone?
But it's so hard to like be out and about at this time. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta go to Petco, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta pull into the like complex, the parking lot. There's gonna be a million people there. Like, we gotta get stuff. We gotta get food. We gotta get.
Go to Petco the day before. Like, why would you save that?
No, I need to get some litter. I know, but I just every
Should've gone already.
every errand is like made a million times harder
Until
in
the
this
holiday,
season.
and then it's like tomorrow,
Well,
no one will be out.
But it'll be. I mean,
All
I'll have
right,
to
you're
look.
just a
I'll have to
grandma.
look. I'm just saying.
Hope we answered your holiday party questions, your holiday questions, your family questions. Remember, it is a holiday about giving and being kind. It's not about the amount of presents, and it is about being with loved ones and loving each other and giving. 'Tis the season. Don't fuck it up.
This Thanksgiving, Butterball wants you to really connect. Let's get back to laughing around the table, sharing stories, and making memories. Let's talk like we used to. We'll help with the turkey so you can enjoy being together. Visit Butterball.com for turkey tips.